Good evening to everyone, to all of my fellow eccentric artists. My name is Samantha Rodriguez, and I'm your host for tonight. Thank you all for joining us for this brand new event, SimulCast Theater. For those of you who are just tuning in without any knowledge of this event, let me briefly recap its purpose. We created this brand new platform for any writers and or directors to submit a script, and Eccentric Artists will host a live event where we collaborate and to cast actors and conduct a live script reading. Not only is the purpose behind this live event for the writer to receive feedback on their script, but also for the audience to take note of any of the actors and writers they may want to collaborate with in the future. Most importantly, we thought it'd be an excellent way to get scripts out in the public eye while the pandemic is still an issue with filming. All right. So, to get everyone familiar with this format, we'd like to set the first example. The script that we'll be reading today is written by our fellow founding mother, Nadine Natividad, as we experiment with this medium. So we're she's the guinea pig this time. So we appreciate Nadine for volunteering to go first, but I think it's going to be really fun. But after this one, we will be opening submissions to all interested in having a live reading in collaboration with Eccentric Artists. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our cast to Just Girls, written by Nadine. To start things off, I'm joined by another fellow founding mother, Veronica Castillo, who will be portraying the role of Sophie. Take it away.
Hey, thank you for having me. So I'm going to be playing Sophie, and just a little bit about myself. I am a director-producer, and I wanted to get into acting again because I used to do it just for a little bit, but I want to start again. So I'm really excited to be part of this. I'm so happy Nadine gave us the opportunity to read this wonderful script. And I also want to shout out to Sam, for my casting agent, for helping me land this gig. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Coincidence. I'm really excited to be part of that. So yeah, thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thank you, Veronica. Next up, we have Ruliko Cronin, who will be portraying the role of Cindy.
Hello, my name is Veronica Cronin, and I will be playing Cindy for today, and I'm really excited to be a part of the Eccentric Artists' very first SimulCast Theater. This is going to be fun.
Yay! Thank you for being here, Ruliko. And last but certainly not least, we're joined by Michaela Valoria, who will be portraying the role of Mary Clara.
Hi, guys! So, like Sam said, I'm Michaela Valoria. I will be playing the part of Mary Clara today. I am a writer, director, actress, as well as a visual artist, and I'm super stoked to be here, and I can't wait to get started.
Yay! Thank you, Michaela. All right. So before we begin, I'd like to make a note to the audience. Feel free to leave any comments during the performance. In addition to that, we do have an option on our website, which is eccentricartist.space, to provide a more detailed written feedback for tonight's screening, if that interests you, and I hope it does. The link is in the description or in the chat, depending on where you're watching it. We will be opening questions to the audience towards the end, so feel free to leave any questions at any point in the chat, and our moderators behind the scenes, which are Tiffany Ignacio and Jemson Boyozos, and they'll be sure to get the questions to me. And so after the script reading is done, we will, I have a few questions for actors, and if you have any questions for them, or any of us, let us know. Okay, so I guess that is where we will start. It's time to start, Sam. Okay. So not only am I your host, but I will also be reading the action lines of the script, and the script is right up here for you to follow along if you'd like. So I hope you guys will enjoy, and this is our SimulCast Theater first presentation of Just Girls, written by Nadine Natividad. Okay. Fade in. Interior, Mary Clara's bedroom, night. Rain pours outside, and it's completely dark out. Not ideal party weather, but that doesn't stop Mary Clara. 21, an artistic, quiet soul whose signature look is a friendly smile and a colorful headband. From getting ready for a party. She stares at her reflection in the full-length mirror as she holds up 2 different headbands to her face. She looks a bit frazzled and crazed from stress. Around her, you can see clothes and various objects scattered all over the messy bedroom. Somewhere, a cell phone is ringing, though no one's answering.
What do you think? This one says more Roaring 20s, and this one's more Riveter Rosie.
At the equally messy dresser is her friend, Sophie, 21, who looks completely in her element with her beautifully messy hair and haphazardly put yet perfect makeup. Ring, ring, ring. Sophie busies herself with a stick of eyeliner in another mirror. She picks up her cell phone. Steven.
Hurry up, Sophie. We're already so late.
Sweetie, we're the flopper one, obviously.
I don't know. That's why I asked.
Beat. She catches a glimpse of her reflection.
I look so fucking stupid.
You're gorgeous, like always.
I look like a dumbass.
You don't look like a dumbass. So can you calm your tits?
Ring, ring, ring.
Who the hell is that?
Spam risk.
She declines the call.
Why am I so sweaty? It's so cold outside, and I'm so sweaty.
Someone knocks furiously at the front door, and it startles both of them. Sophie messes up her liquid eyeliner.
Hey, let me in. Mary Clara, please.
I thought she'd be at the party with Steven already. What's she doing here?
Mary Clara rushes towards the door with Sophie in tow. They open it, and on the other side is Cindy, 22. She usually dons neatly styled hair and pressed J.Crew clothes, but right now she's drenched.
Cindy, what?
Before MC can finish her question, Cindy engulfs her in a desperate hug. Then she notices Sophie and abruptly pulls away from MC.
Your brother keep his whiskey in the cabinet still?
She heads straight to the dining room. Sophie and Mary Clara exchange a worried look as they follow. Interior, dining room, night. Cindy grabs a glass and pours quickly herself some whiskey.
Pre-gaming already?
Cindy downs 2 shots in record time.
Yo, what the fuck?
She grabs the bottle out of Cindy's hand before the distressed young woman can pour another drink.
You okay?
Cindy starts to cry in uneven, panicked breaths. Mary Clara appears a little uncomfortable. Looking into the kitchen, MC can see Sophie, who now has 3 glasses and a new bottle of alcohol.
I'll be right back.
She rushes to the kitchen. Interior, kitchen, night. Continuous. MC approaches Sophie.
What are you doing?
Have you ever tried to reason with a drunk person sober?
Drunk and upset Cindy is the last person we need right now.
She's going to get drunk anyway. Might as well speak with us.
MC can't argue with that. Sophie walks cheerily into the dining room with MC right behind her. Interior, dining room, night. Cindy stares blankly ahead as she sits at the dining table.
Did you bring your party clothes?
No.
I have extra clubbing clothes in my car. Want to borrow?
Ring, ring, ring. Sophie sets the glasses and alcohol onto the table and grabs her cell phone out of her pocket to silence it. Cindy doesn't say anything.
I'll take that as a yes. Be right back.
With that, she leaves, shoving the glasses and alcohol into Mary Clara's arms.
Let's go in my room while Sophie gets her stuff, okay?
Cindy appears to agree when she gets up and makes her way out. Mary Clara stares at the full bottle of alcohol on the table. Interior, Mary Clara's bedroom, night. The bottle is now on the nightstand, appears much emptier than it was just moments ago. We see Sophie and MC sitting patiently in silence, a glass of alcohol in each of their hands. Cindy, from the hall, hair somewhat drier, and now she's wearing Sophie's backless black dress.
That's more like it.
It doesn't suit me. It's too you.
You could do with being more like me. You look amazing. Right, MC? Doesn't she look amazing?
MC looks a little lost for words.
You do.
I look like a dumbass.
You don't look like a dumbass.
What a dumb fucking question.
What would you dumbasses know?
All three share quick glances at each other before they all share in some laughter. It feels like a nice sweet moment, something warm and right, and familiar, but it's fleeting, and soon Cindy's smile falters, not unnoticed by the other two.
You want to let us know what that was all about earlier?
Might it have a little something to do with the fact that you took your MCAT earlier today?
Cindy scoffs and takes a slower, much more calm sip of her drink this time.
Yeah, that's it.
Clearly not.
It's not Steven, is it?
Mary Clara is careful with her words here. Sophie swirls the drink around in her cup as they wait for an answer. Cindy stands up suddenly.
Sophie's right. We're going to be late.
She makes her way to MC's room with a big brisk walk. Mary Clara and Sophie, a little buzzed themselves now, too, get up quickly and follow her. Interior, Mary Clara's bedroom, night, continuous. MC and Sophie arrive in the bedroom shortly after Cindy does. They find her rummaging through MC's closet.
Do you have any matching shoes for this dress that doesn't scream bisexual art hoe?
Oof. Definitely not.
Cindy's searching appears more frantic. Seeing her desperation, MC attempts to help.
I think my mom has some old Rothy's flasks that you could borrow.
It's not clear if Cindy heard what MC said, since the former continues to rummage through the closet, looking at neither of her friends. As Cindy speaks, she throws various objects behind her.
You know this feeling of dread you get when you know you're about to do something you don't think you can handle?
There goes the scarf.
You know, like that one time in middle school when I got detention?
There goes a whole dress.
And I was so scared my parents were going to find out that I didn't go home. I just came here instead.
Mary Clara smiles warmly at the memory.
I think that's the only time you ever got in trouble at school.
Cindy continues to search and has stopped throwing things for now, but she still won't look at them.
Meanwhile, you used to graffiti on school property and skip classes without your parents ever knowing. Haven't changed much.
Excuse me. You're forgetting that while you may have gotten detention, I got suspended because I was covering for your ass. But you don't like remembering that part, do you?
Sophie scoffs and shakes her head at the familiarity of this feeling.
So typical of you to forget what I do for you.
How do you do it?
Do what? Put up with your ungrateful ass?
Be as carefree as you are while still seeming to get what you want.
You don't have to be miserable to get what you want.
I'm not miserable.
Sophie says nothing, but you can tell everything from her look. Mary Clara scoots closer to Cindy to put her hand on her arm.
think maybe we should stop talking right now.
I said I'm not miserable.
I know.
You guys, this has been fun. But we're really fucking late. So either Cindy stops being a sad buzz bitch,
I'm not buzzed.
you drink
She's buzzed. Cindy laughs, but it's cutting and hapless.
You sound like Steven.
Her voice falters a little at his name. The other two pretend not to notice.
He's always on my case when we go out. You drink so much, you don't realize when you're past your limit.
well, maybe you shouldn't wallow in your pseudo-alcoholism around your boyfriend. Probably makes him feel like your parent.
I just stress everyone out, right?
Mary Clara can feel Cindy's hand tighten beneath hers.
What? No, that's not what I meant.
Mary Clara can sense the unease that arises in the room.
Cindy,
You know, I always pegged you for an idiot, but never a liar.
Nice one.
You like to have a laugh, right? Everything's a big joke to you.
Sophie and Cindy look to be close to blows any second now. Mary Clara tries to get in between.
she doesn't know what she's talking.
No, I think she does. Go on, finish that thought, babe.
Her eyes are steely against Cindy's glare, but at the sight of Mary Clara's alarm and concern, Cindy seems to hesitate.
No? Want me to finish it for you? What you were going to say was, look at you, Sophie, with your average grades at your average school. Why can't you just be an adult? Do something with your life instead of fucking around. Be like me. That's what you want, right?
That's what you want.
No, I'm jealous of you.
Must be, or else you wouldn't be fucking my boyfriend.
The silence that suddenly overcomes the room only lasts a moment, but it seems enough to suck any pleasant air left right out.
What? Sophie.
Sophie keeps her gaze fixed on Cindy, but doesn't say anything.
You fucking ruined everything. I hate you. I really, really fucking hate you. I never want to see you again. Our friendship is over.
Sophie holds back tears now, though the anger hasn't left her eyes. She turns towards the door, but stops and then...
There's no excuse. And I'm going to go now. Just do us all a favor. Cindy.
She looks at MC briefly before turning her gaze back to Cindy.
Decide once and for all what you really want.
It looks like she has a million more things to say. Instead, Sophie leaves. Right now, Cindy is unreadable. The door slam after Sophie's exit seems to bring her back to the present. She turns towards MC.
I'm sorry. I didn't think she was going to be here.
MC sits on her bed with her face in her hands. Cindy goes to sit down next to her.
I just really needed to see you.
She attempts to put an arm around MC and lean into her, but MC harshly pushes her away.
What?
You know, Sophie's right. You really need to start figuring out what the fuck it is you want.
I can't believe you're defending her right now.
MC stands up with coldness and hurt in her voice.
You told me you were going to leave him.
A beat.
I know.
Exterior, Mary Clara's house, night. Sophie runs to her car through the pouring rain, more and more upset the further she gets from the house. Ring, ring, ring. She slips into her car. Finally, she answers.
Hey, Steven. Yeah, no, I'm really not okay right now. I just left MC's house.
She looks back at the house and can see her two best friends through the bedroom window. Cindy gingerly makes strides towards MC, who has her arms crossed at Cindy.
I don't know what they'll do. To be honest, it's just one big fucking mess.
Off her look. Interior, Mary Clara's bedroom, night. MC and Cindy both stand in silence as they face each other. No one knows what they could possibly say without making the situation worse. so they let the silence hang in the air. Fade out. And that was Just Girls, written by Nadine Natividad. Yay! Who, our writer, Nadine, I would actually like to introduce her and have her join us up here on the panel, if you would.
Hello,
Nadine.
Hello, Nadine!
Hi. Hello, everyone. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we
So
can
close.
see you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yay! Cool.
Yay!
Good job, everyone. Thank you so much for being a part of it. You guys are all lovely. You guys are all very talented. Thank you. Thank you. I'm really nervous right now. Just because it was like, oh shit, my stream was a bit behind. And then Tiffany's telling me, like, you're up soon. I was like, what are you talking about? They're not done yet.
It's okay. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, Nadine?
For everyone who doesn't know, I'm Nadine Natividad. I'm a writer. I live in LA right now. I'm working for a TV show at NBC called Good Girls as an office PA. And that's what I'm doing. Paying LA rent, driving through LA traffic. Yeah, it's my life.
We love to see
Yay!
Board member for Eccentric Artists.
Hooray. All right. Thank you, Nadine, for joining us up here on the panel. Right now, I will get started with the Eccentric Artists Q&A portion of the live stream tonight. And just a reminder, everyone that's watching, if you have any questions or comments or anything for any of us up here on the panel, you can put them in the chat on AirMe or YouTube Live or wherever you're watching from, and we will ask them. So let's get into it. All right. Cool. So my first question is for the actors. How do you feel about your performance? Is there anything you would have tried differently if you were able to do multiple takes? Maybe we should establish like an order.
or something.
Yeah, who wants to go first?
We can go alphabetically, kind of like how we introduced ourselves, like by our last names. That'd probably be easy. Yeah.
Veronica, take it away.
I'll take it. I'll take it first.
I hope you're ready.
I felt really good about it. It's really exciting to actually be able to perform with other actors and see how they also are in the same space. Yeah, I really enjoyed it so much, and I mean, yeah, I would fucking do it again, and just try to see what other things come up. I really enjoyed it, and I would be more than happy to do it again.
Sorry, I
guess it's my turn. So, personally, for me, I love doing multiple takes just so you can see the different inflections and tones you can do for every single take. How would my partner react if I was more angry, or if I was more angry here, if I was more sad here? So, if I was able to do multiple takes, I would just want to see the range and emotions I can go to and see what works and what doesn't work. So that's what I would personally do.
I agree with that. This was super fun. I had a great time, and I would also be down to do this whenever you guys come back. But I don't know. There's something about being on set or with your other actors in person and getting to kind of bounce off of them that I really enjoy. But and then, being able to try it multiple times and see what kind of works best with everybody.
All right. Good answers. Okay. Next question is for
Where did Samantha go?
Oh, am I not there? Can you guys not see me? I see you.
Yeah, I
Oh
see.
my gosh. Okay. Okay.
We love technology.
Technology is great. All right. Next question is for Nadine. What inspired you to write this story?
Oh man. Okay. So I did write this a really long time ago. I had just graduated college. So it was like 2016. I was approached by one of my friends who had prompted me, like, she wanted to do a really quick short before she had to move, and she was like, I want it to be like a one setting location. I want it to be all women. And then she gave me like this all these different shorts to watch that she had felt inspired by, and she wanted it to be this personal drama. And so I was like, okay, how do I write a personal drama? Because up until then, I'd only done like just really fun sci-fi fantasy stuff in terms of writing. At the time, I had just come out as bisexual, and so I was like, why don't I write an LGBT sort of story, but also something that's like a little bit more familiar, not so in your face. I feel like a lot of LGBT movies, growing up, that all the gay characters are kind of like either really stereotypical, or like you just kind of emphasize the fact that they're gay and not the fact that they're human or just people. And so I wanted to write something that these are just like friends, and they're just going through some personal drama right now, and their relationships are really complicated. So that's where that all came from. All those things went into Just Girls, which is a title I pulled from a 1975 song. So very, very 2016 on brand, Nadine.
We love it.
We love it. We love to see it. All right. Next question for the actors. Have you done a live read before, and how was this experience different from one in person?
Yeah, I've done this really small live read through before, but not virtual. So definitely this is a new experience. And very, I guess, like different in the sense where in a live read through, like with people in the same room as you, you can like sense their like emotion and everything. Like you can just sense the energy in the room. But like virtually, it's a challenge, I guess, because you like, especially when the you know your lines, but you're still reading it. But even then, like you want to like see the other like actors too, and you want to like, it's kind of hard to get that same energy that you get from a live read through in the room. Mm-hmm. But it's a different experience. Good, but still it's just different. So yeah.
Is Sam frozen for you?
I don't know if a question was Huh? I was about to say, sorry, I don't know if a question was asked. I didn't hear a question at all, so I was like, wait, what? So
here. Oh no. Let me bring up the question. Have you done a live read before? How is this experience different from one in person?
Got it. Okay. That's what I assumed what it was, but I was like, okay. So,
we love technology.
Actually, I have done a read-through of a play before Eccentric Artists, and it was a lot of fun, and it almost was like read like as a play as well. It was with a Majestic Repertory Theater, and I played a nurse. But like kind of like what Veronica said, like sometimes you do miss like that energy that you bounce off of like from people when they're like all around you and stuff like that. So that's like the aspect that I do miss. But I'm glad that we're still able to do something like this, so we can still be doing something during quarantine. So it's not just a dead end, and like once it's all over, we're like, oh well, what do we do now? Like no, we're still creating things, which I like. But yeah, like I still do miss like that camaraderie that you get from like reading with everyone and stuff. But at least we're still doing something, which I'm really happy about.
I mean, yeah, I've also done a few live reads before. And yeah, it's different because, you can see exactly what they're doing at exactly the same time instead of like those like weird technological delays or anything. But I thought this was a lot of fun, and I thought it was cool that we got to, you know, get dressed into character, have our props, and just do the dang thing, you know? So it was nice to, it was like a nice way to like fill that sort of void, I guess, you know?
So, okay, while Sam is currently trying to get back, I guess I'll ask the other question. Sam! Hear you? Okay. So,
Can you hear me?
I'll skip the one addressed to me for now, and I'll ask the actors another one. So, actors, if you could play another character from this script, which would it be?
Oh my god! Oh, all of them are so good, and the reason I say this is because, first of all, it's Name's writing, but all of them have like a lot of fucking like they're all going through some shit, and they're all trying to figure out themselves. So fuck, this is really good. I don't know. I think even from the beginning when we did a little rehearsal, I was thinking I was fucking Cindy. So I am attracted to Cindy's character in some way. Yeah, they're all fucking vulnerable fucking people, and I like that.
I know for me personally, I would love to play Sophie, just because, at least for me personally, it's really hard for me to play like, I guess, more sexual characters. Like people are like, oh, they're like really all about their sex appeal. Like they like draw people in because they're so like hot and all like all that good stuff. I always have like a pretty hard time like really engrossing myself into those roles. So like that's why I want to do those roles so I can get like better at it. And so if I give the opportunity, I would love to play Sophie.
I think, pardon me, would like to play Sophie if I had another chance at this. I feel like her and Mary Clara are kind of like polar opposites in some ways, you know? Just in like the ways that they present themselves to people and whatnot. So I think that'd be a fun time.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, can you hear and see us?
Am I back?
Yes.
Am I back? Okay.
You're worried, but you're
Sorry
back.
about that. Oh man, sorry about that. Technology is crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So moving right along, I have a question for Nadine. How do you feel about reading this script after 5 years?
Oh, well, between you, me, and everyone else watching, I remember when we had first brought up SimulCast and when we decided like, oh, it should be one of our scripts that we experiment with. I was like, oh yeah, I have one that I didn't really do anything with. So I remember bringing it up and reading it again, and I was like, oh man, I really need to change it. So this script that everyone has seen tonight already went through a lot of changes since I worked on it 5 years ago, but it was, I mean, it's like any kind of thing you make and look back on like half a decade later. You're like, oh man, was this me? Did I make this? I wrote this? Was I okay? That's how I felt reading it again. So I was like, yeah, let me kind of update this a little. Yeah. 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 I was like, oh man, this needs to change a lot.
Yeah, I think Sophie and I are very different. If you know me in real life, you know that I'm nothing like Sophie. but it's fun to try like someone new, and it's definitely a good thing. It challenges to like try new things and experiment with like how you act and just who you are. I think it's really good. And anything that like helps you think differently or act differently or feel differently is good. So yeah, I would say we're not alike at all, but it was cool playing someone like this.
I would say Cindy reminds me of when I was younger. Just because like when you're, I guess, growing up and like have all your hormones going all over the place and like thinking that everything's out to get you and no one understands you and stuff like that. It did remind me of when I was younger and when I was not able to fully express myself as a human being. So like Cindy is like a younger Relico, and so that's why I was able to like tap into that and be like, oh man, this is what high school is like. So it was pretty easy for me to do. But yeah, so we are similar, but just like luckily I'm not that person anymore. I'm able to express myself in a more humanistic way, and I'm not like as passive aggressive as I used to be, which is great. So
I feel like I definitely have some similarities to Mary Clara. You know, I guess artsy. I can be kind of soft spoken, you know, try to make everything okay when things are going awry. So yeah, I guess we have some similarities. There's definitely some things that are different. Or like I feel like Mary Clara's character is interesting because, you know, the other two girls have like actual backstory given within the dialogue, and Mary Claire's is like a little more subtly there. So that's kind of fun because then you can just kind of make her your own where that isn't given to you. So that's cool.
Let's see. Sam, are you back?
where's Sam?
I mean, I think I'm here.
I see.
I think
you.
I'm here. I can hear you guys. I'm pretty sure I'm here and that I exist, but we're getting different reports. Anyway, we'll just keep going. We'll keep trucking. Okay.
Someone play the Jeopardy
question.
song.
Yeah, right? Like, what is going on here? Anyway, if you could change one thing about the script at this point, what would it be?
Oh my god. I think I would probably make it a little longer. I know for SimulCast we wanted to keep it pretty short because we didn't want it going on too long. But like you said, I would want a little bit more of Mary Clara in there because she's the character that I kind of started out with. I feel like all the characters are kind of like some part of them is some different aspect of who I was when I was younger, and Mary Clara was just kind of like the starting point of like where I began with the script. And so I wish I did put a little bit more of her in there because she's just this very small, almost innocent like part of the friend group, and I wish I could have expanded on that more. So if there was one thing I could change, it would probably be that. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. All right. Question for our actors. Are there any scripts that you can think of that you would like to do a live reading of after having this experience?
Oh man. There are so many. Oh man. So okay, I would say I really, and I love one of my guilty pleasure like movies is, I know this sounds dumb, but Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I would love to read for fucking Ferris. Yeah. that would be a goal of mine. I don't know. I really love that movie, and I think the script is really fucking funny, and just I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Having a gender
sorry,
swap.
I didn't hear the question. What was the question?
After the no, sorry, I'm reading the next Okay, are there any scripts that you can think of that you'd like to do a live reading of?
If someone is speaking, I'm not sure. I still didn't hear anything.
I'll just say
take it away.
Are there any scripts that you can think of that you would like to do a live reading of after having this experience?
Got it. Okay. I was like, oh no, I still can't hear anything. I think for me personally, I don't know why, but the first thing that comes up for me is, okay, do not judge me. It's The Interview. Do you know that film?
Oh my God.
Okay, it's one of my most favorite comedic movies. It's so bad, but I think it's so funny, and I would love to read for it just because it's great. I'm just like, listen, I know they basically like do the stereotypical like Asian North Korean stuff, but like I feel like they do it in a way where it's not too offensive, so I wouldn't mind doing it, but like I'd love to read for that. So it's great.
Who would you want to read as?
The girl that Seth Rogen gets with.
I would watch that.
Yeah.
I forgot her name, but it's like something Ping. I don't remember, but she's great. I'm sorry?
It's something Ping.
Yeah, something Ping. I don't know.
Oh man, there's so many options. I mean, definitely, I don't know, I feel like most things would be like cool to try. Like any like feature screenplays that are available to like people, you know. One that came to mind to me, especially over something like this that might be interesting, would be like Her, because there's already that kind of technological boundary between them, so it wouldn't be that like weird if things were kind of like off or something, you know?
Yeah.
Something like that.
That would be cool.
That's smart. Oh dear. Is Sam gone again? Okay, I think she's gone again. Okay, well, the next question is addressed to me. So, Nadine, after this live read-through, are you interested in seeing this made into a short film? Thanks, Nadine. I never really saw myself as a director. And so kind of like even guiding you guys through a little bit of this was kind of new to me because I always saw myself as a writer. And I always thought the best thing about being a writer for the screen is like, it's like having a baby and then sending it off to college. Like you're an adult now, you do what you do, the people you meet got to deal with you now and not me. But seeing it done live, I think I would be really interested to see it made into a short film. At this point, I'm very attached to all the characters, and I would like to see that, like, you know, kind of medium, that more realistic medium happen in front of my eyes. So, yes, I would be interested in seeing this in a short film. Okay, cool. Since I think Sam is still gone, let's move on to the last question for these lovely actors. Let's talk about your costumes and props. What inspirations did you draw from both in and out of the script, if that makes any sense?
Yeah, I mean, the script was really, like, it gave a lot of clues as to, like, who Sophie is. And even having the opportunity to talk to Nadine about, like, who her character is really helped a lot. Thank you, Nadine. But yeah, I think I got my inspirations also from, like, the character of Effie from Skins. I don't know why she always seems like, you know, carefree, fun in the moment. And as far as like my costume, it's just something shiny and pretty and something that Goofy I think would really enjoy, like showing off. I think that's what she likes, the spotlight. So I definitely, that was like really fun to get together and show the board members of Eccentric Artists, like, should I wear this? Should I wear that? And props were easy. They're just glasses and a bottle of vodka. So that's what my homegirl Sophie would drink.
Cindy's outfit, like, but basically in the script she's described as someone who's always like very put together, and she always wears like nice being pressed J. Crew clothes. So like whenever I think of J. Crew, I just think of like almost like the essentials, like just like a simple top and like a simple cardigan. Like if you were to like see someone walking around like oh, they have their shit together. So that's like really what I drew from that. I was like, okay, just a simple tank top and a simple cardigan, and like she's good to go. So it's almost like I feel like her inspiration is mainly like almost that like a librarian, if that makes sense. And for like this dress, like I almost want it to be like this is something she would not wear, but at the same time you could see her wearing it because it is like skin tight and there is like lacing on the back of it, and so that's why I think just like you could see her wearing this, but you can tell like this is a little bit too risque for her. So that's like where I drew my inspiration from.
Nice.
For Mary Clara, I feel like it was pretty descriptive. Like she is an avid wearer of headbands, which I don't have very many headbands, so this is technically a scarf, but
nice.
And then she again is like the artsy sort of friend, so I kind of figured she'd go kind of like out of the box, I guess, like layer up, got them dangly earrings, and then of course her headband. So
all right, am I back? Is it real?
Yeah. Am I really?
Is it real this time? my internet keeps playing with my heart. Okay, I'm back. That is all of the questions that the board prepared for us. So now we're going to move on to audience questions. Yay! All right. So our first audience question comes from a complete stranger.
Oh, nice.
Who's he? I don't know him. Just one of those. I think I would add magic so that at some point Cindy and Sophie would have like a wand duel, and then Mary Claire would get caught in between, and she'd accidentally get hit with a curse, and they both have to live with that. And that emphasizes the drama more. So I would do magic. Is this a question for all of us? I'll go first, I guess. Where would I film this? I guess in my head, I always imagined the house as like a very specifically like Las Vegas, like new-ish, like suburb house. Like it's one story. It's got like that like kind of whitish cream carpet. it has your typical like Las Vegas granite as the countertops and like, you know, just like your typical like suburb house here. In my head, that's I wanted it to be specifically Las Vegas.
For some reason, I got like San Francisco. I don't know, kind of like the weather, and also like kind of like a busy nightlife, I would say. Got San Francisco.
For some reason, I get like, I imagine like that they would be like in an older house, if that makes sense, like almost like similar to like the houses that you see in Stranger Things, like from like the 1980s or something, or like the 1990s. Like they've lived in that house for like since birth, so that's why they're like, you can see like the really old weathering on the house. You can see like the old bricks. It's kind of, it's a little falling apart, but not really. It's kind of like homey. Like there's like some character to it. For some reason, I see that. But,
This is so interesting.
yeah.
I kind of also just like, I don't know, naturally imagined a one-story Vegas home, you know, monsoon season.
Nice.
Just like, I don't know, like the image of her, of Sophie in the car looking in, like through the window, which is like into Mary Clara's bedroom. I was like, yeah, I could see that.
Cool. Yeah, that's interesting that you guys all had like different ideas from reading it, because there's no like specified location really. And that's the cool thing about collaborating with people, is that you get all different kinds of ideas from all different kinds of people, because we all have different experiences. Okay. This is a fun question for Nadine. What are the zodiac signs of the characters?
Oh man! Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna start with Mary Clara because she was the one closest to my heart, and like me, she is a Pisces with Scorpio placement. I think Cindy, I see her as more of a Sagittarius, maybe Taurus. I think I based a lot of her like personality on some people very close to me, and they are Sagittariuses and Tauruses. So, and for Sophie, oh man, I would say when you like first meet Sophie, she might come off more as like her son is Libra, but that girl also got some like maybe her moon is Aries and her rising is a Gemini, something like that.
Something's going on there.
Yeah.
She's very good.
Oh man. Yeah, that would be their zodiac placements. Oh my gosh, who asked that question? What a good question.
Somebody from Kansas asked that question, so thank you, somebody from Kansas. I wish I knew what your name was. I have a question. Everyone that's up here on the panel, what is your zodiac sign in real life?
I'm a Gemini. Hesitant to like say that.
No, it's just a bad name, man. They're just like immediately switching to Gemini, like, ugh, we can't be friends. And I'm like, my best friend is the Gemini. I've known them since
love Geminis.
Thank you.
Veronica's the only Gemini in my life, so.
Wait a minute, your rising and your moon.
My moon is also Gemini.
Damn.
And my rising's Aquarius.
Damn.
I got a lot of air signs there.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. At least, okay. Do you want to know like my top 6, or do you want to just like my top
Go
3?
for it, girl. Go for
Yeah,
it.
top 6. Okay, top 6. Let's have a whole list chart.
Hold on, let me like pull it up on CoStar so I can tell you. I won't lead you astray. 1 second.
Nadine, so you're a Pisces, right?
Yes, I am a Pisces. I am also my sun is Pisces, my moon is Pisces, and I am a Scorpio rising. So there's a lot of water. There's a lot of water. There's a lot of sad girl daydreaming. Now you all know everything about me. So
yeah, I mean.
All right.
Are you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
So my sun is a Taurus, and my rising is Scorpio, and my moon is Sagittarius, and my Mercury, which is how I communicate, is in Taurus, and Venus, how I love, is also Taurus. So I'm a very slow person. So if people want to slide into my DMs, know that it will take some time because I want to actually get to know you first before anything else. So we're not just gonna you're not gonna rustle into my jimmies right off the bat. So.
All right, everyone, take notes.
And then also my Mars is in Virgo. So if you want to be like.
All right.
Really? Oh my god! So yeah, those are my top 6.
Michaela, follow that up.
Actually, my sun is also Taurus. So Pisces moon and Libra rising. Ooh. Somebody tell me what that means because I don't even know. No, it's okay. I'll do my research one day.
But wait, Michaela, I must know what your opinion is on this since we're both Taurus women. So,
okay.
Do you agree that Taurus women are probably the most fabulous people? However, Taurus men are trash. What is your opinion?
Actually, I don't know if I know any Taurus men, to be honest. So I don't know.
Good.
But yes,
Taurus women, drop us a message in the chat if you're a Taurus man.
Taurus man, are you?
Let us know if you suck or not.
No, because unfortunately, every single Taurus man I've met have not been, except for one person, has not been a very good person. So I've learned that unfortunately, all Taurus women are probably the most fantastic women I've ever met in my life. But then when it comes to men, I'm like, oh, something's happening here. I talked to other Taurus women about this too, and they wholeheartedly agree. They're like, oh my god, don't even get me started on that. And I was like, holy shit. So I was like,
I believe you.
I'll have to keep an eye out because I don't think I know any, to be honest.
This might be controversial, but all Zodiac men signs.
I mean, true.
No, you're right. Any man in general is like
any man is like you're on thin ice already. If you're a man,
men in general on thin ice.
Unfortunately, I'm attracted to them, so it's kind of a lose-lose for me.
This is
all right. So I think that answered Timmy's question because he asked for a breakdown of everyone's birth charts. I got that covered. I hope that helped Timmy.
Hilarious. Oh my god.
Also, if anyone's wondering, I'm a Libra sun and a Libra rising and an Aquarius moon. So do with that what you will.
that makes sense.
It makes sense. All right. Another question. Not sure who this is directed to, but maybe I should read this before I read it out loud. Okay. So this can be answered by any of you guys. Do you think the gay genre should be categorized as such, or do you think films should not have that label and should just exist on their own without having to be labeled as like a gay movie?
I already have an opinion on this one. Can I start?
Yeah, go for it. You seem ready.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I feel like there shouldn't be a label. We're human beings just because we're gay, Asian, straight, or whatever, whatever you are as a human being. I feel like it shouldn't be like spotlighted on, because I feel like that's kind of awkward. I kind of like I talked about this a long time ago, but like similar with like Asians in media, it's weird that it's highlighted so much. Why can't I just be? Like it just like so I would just say like I don't think it's necessary. Why can't we just be? And it's like, oh, you're gay, cool, and then just move on. I feel like it shouldn't be highlighted. Like I feel like that's why what's like a good way to say this? I just feel like because it's highlighted so much and it's given so much attention, that's why there's so many people who are like turned away from it. That's why they're not like really seeing the story, like the message behind it, if that makes sense. If it's just treated as a movie, then I feel like people would just watch it as a movie, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So I feel like there shouldn't really be a category for that. It should just be, if that makes sense. So
yeah. I do agree to an extent. I feel like movies having that LGBT like label was something that I think was probably more important like back then, like in the past, right? When like maybe a couple decades ago, where you didn't have a lot of LGBT representation in films and TV, and you had to kind of specifically find it. And if you're like, you know, a young gay kid in like for whatever time period, yeah, maybe it would have been exciting to see like, oh, here's like have like a gay cinema section, you know, at this like video store. But I think nowadays, and one of the reasons I didn't really want to specifically promo Just Girls as an LGBT story was because I didn't want that to be the focus. Like I didn't want the focus to be like, oh, look, like they're lesbians or they're these bi girls, right? I just wanted it to be like, you know, like when you watch like a teen drama and like two friends fall in love and one's a guy and one's a girl, you're not like, oh, look at this straight relationship, you know? So I would say I don't think we necessarily need that anymore. But if someone's like specifically looking, like if you're a young gay kid and you just want to watch some gay cinema, you know, like I guess that should be like tagged in there somewhere in the description so that you know if that's what you're looking for. But in general, no, I don't think they need that label anymore.
Yeah. And also I'll like sprinkle something else in there, but like there's like a TV show way back when called like The Fosters, I think. It was all like on like ABC Family or like Freeform or whatever that was. I'm like, for me personally, I felt that they were trying to like push like, oh look, they are a biracial couple. They're also lesbians. Like, oh, look at all like these colorful kids. Like you could definitely tell that they're trying to like shove it down your throat, and it's like, why are you doing that? They're just people. Like you could definitely tell, like even sprinkled in the language, it was like constantly being reiterated. I am lesbian. I am black. I am da 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 da. And like we get it. We just want to know who you are. This is a story. I'm here to like experience this with you. But now I feel like I keep getting like being told like, okay, like I get it. But like now I'm being told this like 5 seasons in when I already know this. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, and like I hope that makes sense, because like I'm a huge purveyor in just like letting human beings be human beings. Just tell your story. You don't need to highlight this one little aspect of myself. I'm just me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think that takes away from like the story and the characters, you know?
Exactly, yeah. Because I just want to know who you are. I want to know like what you're going through, but all of a sudden you're like, do you also know I'm black? And I'm like,
right.
like there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like similar to like Asian media as well. It's like, oh yeah, this is my best friend, but do you also know that my mom hates my life choices and wants me to run her Asian fusion restaurant? It's like, no, we need to know that like every 5 minutes. Like, so
the showrunners of like shows like that, like they have a checklist, and they're like, we're gonna check this, because they want to like please the fucking executives, and that just takes like it's not worth it.
It feels disingenuous.
Right? I was gonna say it's like inauthentic. I feel like when people do that, I think it's a lot more powerful when you just kind of leave it to, the characters to kind of like go about their situations naturally. And I agree, like I don't think you necessarily need to advertise. I mean, I guess it really depends on like the film, but I think in general you don't necessarily need to advertise if there's like LGBT sort of relationships within the story, if it's not like the main point of the story per se. I mean, I didn't see that Christmas movie that just came out with like Kristen Stewart, but it seemed like the way that they advertised that was very just like, here's this couple and they're gonna do Christmassy stuff. You know what I mean? Like they didn't.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's like a better way also to assimilate those sort of films into just kind of like a broader audience, which I think will, in the long run be beneficial just for everyone and for like acceptance purposes and everything.
Like, for example, like in Mrs. Doubtfire, like Robin Williams' brother is gay, but then you almost like don't even realize it because like his partner is helping him like go get into the older lady makeup. Like, oh shit, he's gay, but they don't like put any like highlight onto it. They're just like, yeah, this is his partner. Let's go. I was like, oh, cool.
I didn't even remember that. Yeah, that's
right. It's like, oh my god. So
very cool. Yeah. Good thoughts. Can everyone hear me? I've been getting conflicting reports that you can maybe hear me and see me.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear you.
All right.
Oh, I didn't hear you at all.
Oh my god. Oh man. Well.
Hello.
What do we do here? Nadine, I guess read my part and then I'll read your part and I'll try and refresh, but you go first.
Okay. So thank you everybody for joining us. All of that concludes the first SimulCast Theater. Yay! Woo! That's so exciting. Thank you everyone. Great discussion, great questions everybody. Thank you everybody watching. Shout out to our cast, Michaela, Ruliko, Veronica. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sam, for reading all the action lines. Let's see. I guess I'd like to give you guys the floor for any final thoughts before we officially wrap. So, Veronica, as alphabet permits, you go first.
Thank you. I want to thank Nadine and my wonderful, fucking cast. Kayla, Luko, you guys are fucking amazing, and I'm so glad I got the opportunity to meet with you guys, and hopefully work with you guys in the future. I would love to. And Sam, thank you too for being a wonderful narrator. Thank you. This was so much fun, and I would do it again. So I hope that whoever's watching, that you're inclined to participate, send your scripts, or if you know any actors who want to do this, let them know about this wonderful experience.
I feel like Veronica said it best. Like, I'm really, really happy that I got to work with everyone here at Eccentric Artists and the actors as well. Like, everyone is so talented here, and I'm glad I was able to be a part of, like, the very first one. And so hopefully this continues to grow and grow and grow, because this is a really, really good platform to, like, really, like show your work and see, like, oh, what can I do better? What can I add here and here and here? It's a really good opportunity. So thank you, everyone. This was so much fun.
Yeah, I had a blast. I thought this was super cool, and it was really cool to I liked that it was, we got to perform, but then also have a conversation, and it was really awesome getting to know everyone here. Everyone's so cool. Yes, let's work again on something. I think Eccentric Artists is just such a brilliant idea, and I love seeing everything you guys come out with, and just the ways that you guys get everyone to come together and do what we love, talk about film, which we would all obviously have a thing for. So so thank you guys for letting me be a part of it.
Yay! Thank you all. Eccentric Artists is not all you guys, so we're saying thank you like a million times, but
thank you. Yeah. Okay. Before we go, Eccentric Artists would like to remind you that the skit submissions for Find a Date in 7 Days ends tomorrow, Sunday, January 31st at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So visit our website, eccentricartist.space, for more details. Our wonderful Ruliko has sent us a submission, so I hope all of you will also send in submissions and also tune in to Find a Date in 7 Days, because I think it's going to be really funny.
Mm-hmm. I would like to mention that we also recently announced our next pick for our film club discussion, which will be Crazy Rich Asians on Saturday, February 13th at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, like I always say, be sure to RSVP after the stream ends. Go check it out. Go watch the movie, and then come to film the club discussions with your opinions and thoughts and what you liked about it. No hate. Just kidding.
Maybe some hate.
If there's
but
any hate, I'll beat you up.
Yeah, you have to deal with it on your conscience that you made us all cry. So no hate, please.
So, what was the question? I didn't hear anything again. I'm sorry. I feel something. I'm like,
I don't know what's going on. Oh god. I don't know. Do I go? Nadine, do you go? I don't know how to fix this.
I'll go. I'll go next. It's all good. We're almost there, guys.
Oh god.
Just a correction on the Crazy Rich Asians. It was wrong on the script, but the time is at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So yeah, that's going to be February 13th. And lastly, we'd like to thank everyone in our film collective. So everyone here, everybody watching, thank you for participating, not only in this, but all our past events. Thank you for the future events you will participate in. It's been really, really humbling and really, really heartwarming to have all these people really passionate about art kind of join us on this little collective journey. We love creating content for all of you that resonates not only with us, but for everybody involved. We're hoping for a lot more opportunities to host these events moving forward, especially SimulCast Theater. So if anybody watching is interested in having their script read, shoot us an email at eccentricartist.space@gmail.com, and we'll try to organize a little thing like this for you. And shout out to all our board members behind the scenes. As you see, there's 3 of us here on camera, but we have Tiffany and Jem, our IT goddesses, always working behind the camera and editing our videos. So apologies for any technical issues we may have had. They're working really hard. They both just got better from being really sick for like a month. So thank you to Tiffany Ignacio for web hosting all these events, and Jemson Bolyosas for moderating chat and running social media for me while I sit here and sweat in front of the take it away, Veronica.
All right. So we hope everyone has a wonderful good night and stay safe. We love all the support, and yeah, we just wish you a wonderful evening. Take care, everyone.
Yay.
Happy weekend, guys. It's going to be February. Yay.
Yay. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.